Davis and mayhem!
Victory for
I will fight to my last breath!
The crusade calls.
Fight time!
Ready for action! Glory to the Horde! All shall suffer!
Let's fly! This'll be good. Some of our soldiers prisoner. Get ready to free them. All right, lads and lassies. Keep our prisoners up from being captured and get our soldiers out of the fort. Take some time to open these gates. Guard them in the meantime. Taken their camp. Push back and unlock the cage again. the storm!
Test, test, test. Oh man, I've been talking this whole time. I've been talking this whole time, and my microphone defaulted to default. I apologize. Well, Paradox, thank you for telling me that you couldn't hear me. I should have figured that one out. But here we go. As you can hear me now, we are live again. Big Blessed Shield comes out from Johanna. Big Stormbolt. Good big gust from Falstad, pushing the team back into the blue territory. That's one kill so far. Junkrat is down. Idiom's looking for some damage here, but he's getting pretty low. And that's a 3 for 0 on the side of Smooth Brain Kamikazes. Yeah, I've been talking this whole time. I had a great presentation about the standings and what it means for the red team to get a 2-0 to actually make playoffs. But whatever, it happens. You live, you learn. And the blue team is going to capture the bottom boss, with the red team starting to capture the top boss. I'm not sure if they're going to have time. You see Jacqueline Hyde walking top, and with his boss at full health. Let's see what happens here. We get Falstad bottom lane with the boss pushing down, but he can always fly. You see Falstad start to rotate top lane. The 4v5 at the moment. And Tomb on to Jacqueline Hyde, and we do have a dead Deathwing. This is the first big break for 2 Heroes, 1 Fountain. So they have a numbers advantage here if they want to continue to fight. Level 16s will be online pretty soon for Smooth Brain Kamikazes, and they do have a pretty healthy boss walking bottom lane. Looks like Leoric is going to rotate mid, leaving his team 4v4 here. This might not be a good time. Stun onto Thrall. Falstad does go down though. Leoric is still mid. It's a 3v3 at the moment. 4v3 at the moment. 3v3. Johanna goes down. Joker goes down, and I feel like Leoric should have been there the whole time. And that might have been an error, but we do catch it in tune here. Does Lawlins have jump? No, Murden does go down. Big root onto Viper. Polymorph. And Viper is going to be able to get away, and they're going to go ahead and start this channel here on this objective top. So with Johanna being up, trying to Junkrat up now, 2 heroes, 1 fountain will have a numbers advantage for a little bit. Burden's up in 13 seconds here. We have a Z onto Blue Panda. Leoric might be too deep in there as Xeon just pours the damage into Leoric. Leoric does go down. A little too far in the back lane for Leoric. And it looks like Sylvanas is going to go ahead and start grabbing the Sapper Camp. And Junkrat is pretty much done with his Sapper Camp. To make sure I check all my OBS properties after this game's done to make sure the mic's working. Every time I play Elden Ring, I plug in my PS4 controller and it changes the default mic to controller, so that probably did it. Blind on the Falstad, stun on the Leoric. Blue team is just chipping away at the structures against 2 heroes, 1 fountain. As top 2 fort, bottom and top forts are down, and that middle fort is at about half health. But game is still early. Dropping BBs, Falstad looking for something here. As we do have the members rotating, but drop BBs will volley and get away. Big Entomb, Birding does go down. Okay, that was an Earthquake and Entomb follow up here. So Junkrat goes to go down, Burden down. And it looks like Leoric is going to go ahead and start to look here, but Northern is a little bit low. This is a 4v4, but it looks like the blue team is a little healthier than the red team. Which team has a better hero selection? Well, I like any Johanna comp, but so far it's the red team is the blue team is executing a little bit better. But the objective is grabbed by 2 heroes, 1 fountain. 10 seconds left on the objective. Let's see if they decide to stick here. We do have Brightwing top lane, and this looks like might be a give from. Yep, this is gonna be a give from Smoothbrain Kamikazes as a second objective in the first for 2 heroes, 1 fountain will go over the red team, and this will help relieve some pressure in all 3 lanes. Was curious to see Johanna level 20 Falling Sword. Since this is a level 20 map, I wanted to see the Johanna take the Falling Sword, but did opt to go the Blessed Shield, which is probably better 1 through 19. Wanted to see the level 20 changes. Falstad is burning the bottom objective down pretty quickly. Not much pressure bot lane. And Leoric is going to help out this top objective, but Dur is doing a great job by burning this down. Oh, Blessed Shield just missed. I feel like if Northern would have targeted the fort versus the hero, would have been a hit. And big gust coming out from Falstad. The red team is melting. That's 1 down so far as Junkrat eats it. Big fear from Deathwing. That's a dead thrall. Northern Touch looks like he might be next here. And yes, that's 3. 3 quick kills. And the blue team's going to go ahead and start the boss. Not sure if the maybe backing off for the red team would have made more sense since the level 20s were online. Good brain Kamikazes. But top boss will be walking into this top keep with members of 2 heroes, 1 fountain up in about 30 seconds.
My shadow will engulf this realm.
Dwarf tosses in. Panda trying to soak second speed to get to 20. 20s are online. But Murden and friends are going to put some structure damage into this top wall, as this giant will put direct pressure onto the keep. Jacqueline Hyde forced to port back mid to take care of these sappers. It's like she didn't want to lose the that middle fort just yet. And the top keep for the red side is about, I don't know, 10% health. Couple mid to early game rotations that didn't help our red team. That could have swung the game in a different direction for him so far, but game is still fresh. Level 20s are online. This is the part of the game where, you know, if you wipe a team, you can just clear out some cores and some keeps. Can't go core on this map, unfortunately, but you can definitely do some damage to structures here. Burden jumping onto Leoric. Loot Panda ease away. Blessed Shield does miss once more. That's a big cooldown. Might be the time for the blue team to make an engagement here with Blessed Shield offline. Nothing's gonna flap in the air, get some health. New York is going to be able to capture the top sappers, and Falstad's putting wave pressure top lane, looking to perhaps put pressure on this wave to take the top keep. Leoric looks like he's rotating here to cut that off. But at this point, I'm not sure if he can work it off. Blue team, are we looking for a boss bottom? It looks like Murden and Rhaegar are going to go ahead and start this bottom boss. I'm not sure if they showed in lane that bottom wave, but we do have Johanna starting to port down. They are backing off this boss. Top keep does go down. Objective was secured by 2 heroes. All the ults are online, so Falstad has his gust. The red team needs to be aware. Here comes the gust, pushing the team back. Not into a wall just yet, but Blessed Shield does land onto Sylvana. I'm sorry, Lawlins. Stun onto Storm. This fight is split in 2 or 3 different directions. Idiom's unable to get away. Jacqueline Hyde R'd into the team. That's 3 down so far. And this will be an objective, and most likely a couple keeps here going over for Smooth Brain Kamikazes. And looks like they're going to try to grab these sappers, put the pressure into this wall, lower the armor. Northern Touch is going to blind them. And with this objective pushing, with everything going on here, this could be a pretty hard defense for 2 heroes, 1 fountain. Broom Boy, Nian kind of smurfing on Falstad. He's doing a pretty good job. What's the numbers say here? Where's Falstad? 53,000 damage. Sylvana 69,000 with 127,000 C or structure damage. Nian's doing a good job with the good gusts. But here comes the scary phase of the fight for 2 heroes, 1 fountain, as they do have the objective pushing in all 3 lanes. And Sylvanas is holding on to her trait. See if York can hit a pretty big Entomb bottom lane with Earthquake Thrall to help set that up. You have 3 bottom here. Falstad rotating bottom here, so it's 4v3. Junkrat Bomb comes out. Looks like the team's going to back off. Unfortunately, no resets for Storm on that Falstead bomb. As more pressure gets pumped into this middle lane. So far, both waves have been cleared out, so good defense so far. Just the top is left, and they're putting York on that top objective. Bottom keep is a little unhealthy. They're going to go ahead and turn off this middle keep. This will be a successful defense for 2 heroes, 1 fountain. Bottom keep does go down, though. Auric, can he do something here? He's looking, he's looking, he's looking. I'm not sure he's able to catch anybody. Pings to come out to either warning or escape, but looks like the red team is looking for a fight. And he does have the Silence and Tomb. Let's see what happens here. Big gust from Falstad, and that's going to be a dead thrall. That might have been a force that they didn't want to take as 2 members go down for 2 arrows, 1 fountain. And Northern Touch might be next. No, Brightwing goes down. That's 4. That's a pentakill. And most likely that's game with the members of Smooth Brain Kamikazes ending. Game 1 will go over to the side of Smooth Brain Kamikazes. Strong showing by them so far for game 1. But yeah. GGs are coming out from both teams. And game 1 does go over to the Kamikazes. GGs. Looking at this match summary, not much to say. It's a little one-sided in the kills department, 23-5. Sylvanas did a great job with pushing lanes and getting hero damage in. Where did she go again? Arrow. But yeah, pretty good job by the Kamikazes. We will jump to a mission screen here as I make sure my mic's working all my scenes. But meantime, I'll take an intermission. I'll update the map scores, and hopefully we get the lobby in a moment. Next lobby is up, and again, it's going to be a first pick by 2 heroes, 1 fountain, with the Kamikazes taking us to Dragonshire. Another fun match. I think this is like the map where you figure out if your team can play macro, with all the little camps to grab, with the neutral camps bottom lane and the bruiser camps top side, and Siege's bottom. Murdoch. I'm not sure who Murdoch was. We joined the mod for a second. And I'm not sure who our 5th player is going to be on the side of 2 heroes, 1 fountain. It's going to be Luke Payne. Okay. So same draft going. Same players in the lobby. I know that we're rotating people in and out. But yeah, we are going to D-Shire, which is actually my favorite map to play on. I want to see kind of how they play it. Do a 1-3-1 or something 4-1 or 4-2-2, 2-2-3 or sorry, 2-2-3, a 2-3. But it should be a good match. Let these guys know that I am ready. Storm has left the lobby. Not ready. Okay, they're going to swap Storm out from maps. Okay, we have the teams. Oh, we're all ready. Cool. That was the fastest lobby I've ever been in my life.
Dragon Child.
I think on that last game, I really wanted to see Northern go the Falling Sword versus the Blessed Shield. I think it had a little more value. Can't pass. Quick ban out to Junkrat here. Storm was the Junkrat player from last game. He's being taken off the game. Oh, you want to join the cast, Paradox? You're welcome to join in. I'm not sure if you can see, but we're in the lobby. I can stream for you here. Turn on. But you're welcome to join, Paradox, if you want to jump in here. Junkrat band, Sukov being taken off the board. Next band coming out from 2 heroes, 1 fountain. Mal'Ganis. They must have a Mal'Ganis player on the side of with rank Kamikazes. And final band coming out. Do we see the Johanna being banned out or something completely different?
All right, I'm watching the stream.
What's going on, Paradox?
Mal'Ganis Junkrat and Mal'Ganis band.
Now, yeah, the Mal'Ganis band was definitely that must be a targeted ban onto somebody.
Yeah, I guess so. Pretty standard. All right, expecting here. What are you thinking? We've seen these teams now. We've seen another Deathwing. What do you think?
You know what? I think Murden's probably the best tank on this map.
Murden's pretty good.
Murden's pretty good here.
Ooh, yeah,
I have. Hey, so have you played the new Johanna with the Falling Sword?
A little bit, yeah. I played it yesterday, just a one game, just to kind of test it out a little bit. It definitely hit it pretty hard. Unless you have like a really good reason to draft it, I generally wouldn't.
I mean, the main reason to draft it is cleanse, right?
Yeah, like if like you don't have a cleanse in your team, if your team already has another engage, so like I would probably take it more as a solo laner than I'd take it as a main tank.
Yeah.
And or if like that last game, I think it would have been good because you already had an engage with Leoric, and you could have just ulted every Leoric ult. But either way, I have interesting though. I feel like Jacqueline should almost bring back the thing because you can't be like tethered and you can't be stuck in cage.
So we do have Northern going Johanna once more in Whitemane. There were some Whitemane buffs yesterday.
Yeah.
So I mean, Whitemane this early in the draft without seeing the DPS. Obviously, we have the new Breck with a dive, but I'm not sure if that was the right pick in this order.
It's a bit risky. I probably would hold Whitemane a little bit later. She's not contested right now. Her buff was pretty cool, but it is also pretty late game heavy too, which has been kind of the problem with with red side is their last draft was so late game that they were just so far behind by the time that they actually started getting power spikes. They got kind of desperate in those last few fights.
Final ban coming out from 2 Heroes, 1 Fountain. Probably looking to get away from the off lane. I'm not sure if they play Rexar. I always like playing Rexar on this game.
Oh yeah, Rexar is really good, and I'm surprised he got this far.
Maybe they're looking for a Blaze. Who knows? But Falstad will be taken. No Blaze. I mean, I feel like a Nubarak Blaze is sort of a cheat mode. Especially with the Nubarak buffs. But I'm not sure if the players on the blue side actually play Blaze, unfortunately. But let's see. Oh, there it is. So you have the Nubarak EQ combo plus the Blaze E plus the Anduin root. Yeah. It's nasty. I kind of want to see, you know what I want to see come out from the red team here? Is a Zul'jin. Because Zul'jin wants to fight. Just sit back, let them engage, and just get your stacks up. And I think I lost Paradox. He's dead. Yeah. Yeah. It looks like Paradox is probably gonna do something with his mic. I'm not sure. I apologize. Let's see here. So, oh, he's back.
My audio is.
Got the old headset on. Getting some weird spikes here. But yeah, I mean, what do you think about looking at this Nubarak Blaze comp? Oh, looks like he's gone again. And Li Ming is going to get picked up here. But yeah, looking at this draft, they do have white main for the burst. So, and the red team picked the blue team picked a pretty burst heavy comp. But I like any comp with Maev. He's a scary hero. But the gauge from the blue team with the Nubarak, the Blaze, the Anduin root is pretty hard to get away from. And on our blue side, we have Lawlins on Nubarak this time, Viper on Anduin, Jacqueline Hyde on Blaze, Nian on Li Ming, and Dur back on Sylvanas. And on our red team, Idioms on Maev, Panda on Sonya, Northern Touch on Johanna once more, dropping BBs with that sneaky white main pick and the third pick here, and US Maps on Kael'thas.
Battle commencing in 10 seconds.
Again, if you're new to HOTS, which I don't think anyone is, everyone's a smurf at this point.
5.
Hard camp neutral will spawn here at the 1 minute mark, as well as the siege camps here, and a hard camp, bruiser camp here and here, both these teams here. And looks like once more the red team is gonna not prioritize mid and fight. They are having 4 here mid lane, but Sonya is top side. And with the player down, they probably don't want to engage too hard. Northern is taking a bit of damage here. You already see Maev getting some decent soak bot. Nubarak is opting to go that maneuvering armor build at level 1. And Johanna is going Loss of Hope. Do you have a tether from Maev onto Lawlins? Rotation here from Panda on Sonya. They do have numbers inside of the red team as Blaze is still topside.
Take control of the ship.
Okay, can you hear me again? 'Cause I think I'm back.
I hear you again. You're back. You're
All
good.
right. Perfect.
Your mic is fine.
Yeah. Mike's been weird.
So, not Panda. Paradox, my question for you is, with a comp like a Nubarak Blaze, what do you want to draft to counter that? Because we keep seeing that combination on all levels of play, whether it's A-Div or Storm Div.
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of beefy, so you always need to look at who can deal with large health pools, or you want to kind of do the inverse, right? You want to be who can safely dive backline and kill their backline quickly. On a map like this, you're looking for picks. You won't see a lot of team fights until the very end, so you look at it and you go, okay, in like a 3-man comp, can we kill? Who can we kill? And in this case, it seems like red team. I mean, they're just trying to overwhelm them, right?
Yep.
They're covering them with macro. They didn't even get a kill, and they led to the first Dragonite because they just overwhelmed them. And that's kind of one strategy. But the big thing is you really want to know who can you kill, and you commit time into it. If you can't kill anyone that is frontline, then you don't commit any time into it. But yeah, I would say like a Nubrak Sylvanas, they need to hit 10 because they're going to end up just using mind control, and they're just going to charge in. They're going to double stun someone with a Nubrak, mind control them. But we have cleanse, so we might not see a mind control. But yeah, it's just like looking at your comp. Looking at their comp right now, they don't kill the tanks. So they would have like Maev and Sonya looked for other kills.
West Maps might be in trouble here. Northern is doing his best to peel away for Kael'thas. But yeah, the Nubrak Blaze comps are a little annoying to play against, but
That beast is not mine.
you know, some insider information. Probably shouldn't tell you this, but we pick Zul'jin when we see those comps come out.
Yeah, Zul'jin's great. I mean, any auto attacker that can really just like benefit from having a large front line and safely attacking him, that's great. One of the things that I'll see a lot of the competitive teams do is if one team overcommits into a lot of bruisers, the other team will just grab like Tracer. They'll grab like Tracer and like maybe 1 or 2 other dives, and then they'll just dive the backline, kill the 2 backliners, and then it's a lot easier to win in team fight when they have no damage and all they have left is like 3 frontliners.
So far, a much more even game for our red team.
Yeah, I think the previous game they were like almost committing too much on getting to level 20.
Yeah.
This game, it seems like both teams kind of had a similar strategy. I know it looks like, this is actually a really good fight. US Maps is going to get taken out quickly, and now it's 4 versus 2, 4 versus 3, and with a camp pushing in too. And there's not much they're going to be able to do other than clear this camp.
Yeah, Johanna opted to go with the Steed Charge versus the Q.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I find that it can be a good talent in that you can engage in harsher situations, but it's got such a longer...
Yeah, cooldown.
the other one's always available.
Plus, if you're able to get that Subdue quest actually done, it's like a second ult. So punishing. Yeah, especially with, you figure Blaze and Nubrak want to come in, you hold your Q. But regardless, he opted to go Steed Charge at 7.
You get the lower cooldown in your trade.
Take hold of the shrine.
Seen that, but like that's a...
Objective is going to be secured top and bottom lane. Let's see if we can see someone rotate mid for a cap.
Maeve's going for it.
Yeah.
I don't think my...
No, Sylvanas is going to force that out, not let him cap.
One thing interesting is if blue side ends up getting it, one of the things they... Nubrak mid. So blue side does have a small benefit there. Crystal can work, but they need to be far. So blue side has it. Sylvanas looks like she's going to be able to grab it uncontested, and that'll be the...
No.
Oh, no.
Take it away topside by Maev and Sonya.
That was close. Level 10s are on. Catches your attention. I think the mind control against cleanse is the biggest thing that throws me off.
Yeah, mind control, cleanse.
See,
Mind control goes out, lands the Johanna here. Williams lands a tether, but Nubrak's able to just burrow away.
Except for leap, but that's up at the top area. We see a crystal going out, and quite a bit of follow-up on that crystal.
Falling Sword goes out, comes out this game though. Paradox.
Yeah.
Big light bomb combo secures 2 kills, 3 kills,
And,
and looking for one more here. Bro.
Yeah, those resets are brutal.
Johanna might be in trouble here. No, she's got trait, but this will be a bottom fort going down.
That I find is my 1-3-1 kind of gang squad is generally the thing that's played in competitive. But one of my favorite things to do on this map is to honestly just draft high. You don't need to try to run all around the map to capture all 3 points. You can just get value without the objective, and that's exactly what Blue Side's doing. I don't have the names pulled up. Smooth Brain Kamikaze. That's exactly what they're doing, and I really like this because they're a full level ahead right now. They've got those 4 kills, and they've got control over the map.
Bottom fort, bottom objective will go red for a moment. Blaze is topside, capturing that. You're back in this middle bush, making sure that no one captures the objective.
Yeah, I think there might be a little bit of miscommunication. I'm worried that Blaze might take too much damage up top. But, oh, they have Sylv that actually went up there too, led to a kill. That was really good.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that was happening. So with this position, they're in a good spot to kind of roam around and lead to another kill. But they're a little spread. You can see that Li Ming and Anduin are just trying to steal a camp. And they might get caught during this situation, which will be a 4v4. We see Blaze coming down. We see the fire going out, the tether's going out, Idiom gets caught, gets cleansed, and jumps away. We have the falling sword, and it looks like it just came out a little bit even for both teams, which is probably in the favor of Red just because they did have that Sonya down, so not losing a camp there, not losing any heroes is pretty good.
I would like, I want to see Johanna use the falling sword as a cleanse and not as an engagement tool. Looks like that last falling sword came out to like go on the Maiev target, but
I think the problem with it is that they don't have a great engage otherwise, and that's the only reason I'm not a huge fan that I was taking this game. But their best bet is when they get to team fights, they can do like a crystal into it, and then they can use the falling sword either defensively or as a follow-up.
Big white man heals, able to keep Johanna up.
Yeah, the main buffs that happen to white main, a lot of them are going to come online around level 16. So I'm really curious to see which direction she goes. Both the W build and the Q build got buffed at 13-16. So it looks like we're going potentially W. But I also find it interesting we've got a spin build Sonya. It's one of my favorite builds, but it's a lot harder to get value out of on this map than something like Infernal Shrines.
Well, she's been able to go 1v1 the Blaze for the most part.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
she's doing really well. That's the greatest part about this. So.
Leap onto Nubrak, tether from the Idioms.
And, I mean, this...
Yeah.
This Nubrak's getting pushed out of the fight. I think my challenge is their CC is they're gonna need to make sure to follow up on each other. Those leaps that are going out need to be followed up by either a tether or falling sword or a pull. This right here is pretty good though. Kind of like what you were talking about, using the falling sword a little bit more as a disengage, get that unstoppable. But this is gonna be a really rough fight with her cocooned. She's going to be in a rough spot. We do have that mount, though.
The steed actually came in.
It actually did. It's a good escape right there. So, I mean, maybe we'll rethink the talent a little bit. That was pretty solid. We see an engage right here with Idiom. And looks like Northern Touch is going in. We've got Idioms in there. Everyone gets away from the light bomb, and this is a pretty decent fight. Now, the camp does get...
Now, this is a 5v4 paradox, so... Longer this goes on, and now it's a 5v3.
So it's tricky. It's like Sonya's getting a lot of value top right now, which is great. And she didn't have time to get down to that fight anyways. But how much are they going to lose is the real question here. If they can hold on to this keep, then I think it wasn't that big of a deal, and I think that's a beneficial fight. Sonya wasn't able to get a fort out of it, and it looks like they're not going to lose a keep. They are also down 16, so they've got to be really careful here at what they do.
Johanna getting beaten up trying to protect that bottom keep. Blaze Sonya top lane here. Blaze will get the stun off Sonya, but Sonya will spin to win to get some health back.
Yeah, I mean, once he's used his stun, I mean, he can lower the cooldown of his stun by a little bit.
Look at the rotation here. Blue side is going to collapse onto Sonya here, and I'm not sure if She can get
Sonya
away.
does have leap, so it could just be a leap over wall really quick right after the stun goes out.
Leap, burrow, cute. That's a dead Sonya.
Yeah, wasn't quite in range to leap over the wall, but overall, still a good attempt. Gonna be dead for most of that leap cooldown anyway, so it's always worth trying. And a lot of push top. I don't think this game's gonna end through top, so this isn't a big deal. It's just that we, on the side of 2 heroes, 1 fountain, they really need to get those 16s. Those are some big power spikes that are gonna be coming in. Kael'thas, it's his strongest power spike. White Mane, it's her strongest power spike, and then I mean, even Joe's, depending on what build you go, is still really strong.
Mind control onto idioms once more. Oh, Containment Disc just missed. Maya able to use the trait to get away. Cocoon on Johanna. A very brawly fight. At level 16's White Mane did go for her shared punishment. Falling Sword, able to cleanse out some damage. Pretty good fight. 1 for 1 so far, but
the resets.
Yeah, the resets are going nuts here. That's a pentakill from Li Ming, getting all 5 kills, and they will get the objective and walk this bottom for an easy keep.
Yeah, this definitely gets keep, and those resets are the biggest challenge. We saw that the Anduin ult went off to try to protect the Maiev a little bit earlier. I think if that was held a bit longer, which I don't know if he had the luxury of doing that, but if it was held a little bit longer, I do think that that potentially would have led to those resets not going off. But against the Li Ming, 1 kill goes off, you've got to be paying attention. If you start getting low health against Li Ming, you need to back away from the fight, even if there's more you could bring to it, because one just led to every other kill. All it took was that first one. First keep should be going down.
I'm going to guess they back away, wait for 20, look for a fight.
Yeah, they're missing 2 of their people, so they kind of have to. They do still want to burn this as fast as possible, though, because it's a big health bar, and they might want to try to fight before 20s. And actually, it looks like they're going to aggress and try to fight before 20s right now. So we're going to see a Falling Sword go in, and potentially a leap to follow up.
Leap on to Sylvanas. Full. Lala's going to burrow into a White Mane. White Mane Gauntlet comes out. Big heals coming out from her.
Yeah, right here in W build with this ult, you can heal your full team as long as you get everyone.
Oh, chops the bumper just in time, but he gets to go down.
And this is this is huge. This is exactly what 2 Heroes 1 Fountain needed. They needed to get some kills. This is the most kills they've gotten all game right now, and this is gonna bring them back a little bit too. Each kill is worth a lot. The enemies won't be able to do anything for 45 seconds while Anub'arak's dead. They'll be able to take a couple camps, a couple waves, and this is gonna be really, really solid. I think overall this is a great option. I mean, they're still 2 levels off though. What do you think is going to happen in these next 2 levels?
Well, I wanted to see the red team push this bottom wave, but looks like our red team's backing off. With the Nimrak down, they're going to focus this bottom neutral camp. But it looks like Maiev is just clearing up waves, and red team is doing the best they can to get to 20. Not what I want them to see be a little more aggressive. Level 20s are online. It's a big power spike with resets for Anub'arak.
I agree. I think they stabilized, which is something that you kind of have to do a lot of times. Is if you're not really sure, you're kind of behind, you get a slight advantage. You always need to decide, like, do you stabilize the map state, or do you try to push for a greater advantage? Right now, buildings aren't worth that much experience because it's kind of over time, and that was a decision that they made. They're like, let's go camps and waves. And this is a huge fight. We've got ults going out, but it's level 20 versus level 18.
Great Falling Sword comes out to disengage.
Huge Falling Sword, huge bunker to kind of deal with that Falling Sword. And then we also had a really solid White Mane ult that kind of prevented a lot of the damage that's going to be done. Now, the other benefit is when White Mane hits level 20, if she ults before Light Bomb will do nothing. And so there are a ton of benefits to Red Team getting 20 here. Again, giant power spikes. We'll have the level 20 Falling Sword. We'll have level 20 White Mane. Even Sonya Leap could be interesting because you could upgrade it lock a couple people in a crater, and then falling sword to get a reset on your falling sword in that crater. So really red team just needs to play ring around the rosy a little bit here to try to prevent this objective going off and get those level 20s.
West Maps might be in trouble here. Elite misses, but lands a mind control onto Kel'Thas. And Idioms is bottom, grabbing that bottom objective so the blue team can't cap, and they're waiting to get 20 here. Northern a little further up. He uses that C charge once more, drops his trait. Condemn, blind, and at level 20, Sylvan's gonna rip those mind controls out whenever she wants.
I love playing this. Play the same. And you can see every time that they see team forward top, and whenever they see someone go.
So we do have level 20s online now. Upgraded ult from Whitemane, Master of Flame from Kel'Thas. And we do have Heaven's Fury at 20 for Johanna. And the blue team is going to disengage here.
Yeah.
Might be afraid of that level 20 Fallen Sword.
I think they also realize that they're in control. Ooh, that's really good,
That's
especially
big.
on Li Ming.
Falling Sword comes out. There's a big Falling Sword coming out.
Huge falling sword. Almost the entire cooldown.
Almost,
10 seconds.
yeah. On Monday, that would have been a full reset. Today, it's 10 seconds. Falling Sword is back up. Let's see if it comes out once more. It does come out. That's a dead Anubarak. Mind control. This fight is very split.
Yeah, this is definitely an incredible fight right here. So what's going to happen now is, how are they going to take this advantage? They took down one person, everyone else is low. They don't need to worry about the enemy tank. We see Sonya going top for the top objective. We see the rest of the team going bot. They don't want to risk sending too many people mid alone, because 4 versus...
Yeah, they see Maiev bottom lane here, so they're not too afraid about the objective being captured.
And this is it. We see that they were waiting in that bush, trying to force something, and a pull until, or a Dragonite yet, because let's still have 10 seconds before, and we can see Condemn, and now.
And Neon will go down. Li Ming. So another kill for 2 heroes, 1 fountain.
I mean, this is huge. This is exactly what 2 heroes wants. They could probably get the Dragonite here. We see Blaze going
Blaze
top,
is
trying to
top.
top it.
Yeah.
This is where I come back to kind of that strategy I was talking about here. It might be better for them to just kill a target and just whatever lane they're in, just take the fort. Because at this stage, died again.
And we do have members of the red team taking the neutral camp bottom. This late in the game, I'm not sure if these neutral camps will do too much besides take the bottom fort. Li Ming's down for their 15 seconds. You have Nubrak and Blaze top lane pushing with their hard camp, as the other 5 members of 2 Heroes 1 Fountain middle lane looking for a pick here, as 4 of them in the bush with Sonya in the mid lane. Members of Smooth Rain Kamikazes will clear out this bottom lane. And we're going to have an engagement here from the red team onto the blue team here on a Viper and a Dur. Heather comes out, falling mind control, big leap, falling sword. That's going to be a dead Anduin. It's a 5v4 here. Followed up to 1v1. Maps will go down 2 for 1 so far. Loot Panda goes down 3 for 1. We do have Containment Disc on Li Ming, but I'm not sure if it's enough to save the Johanna. And most likely, this is going to be a dead Johanna. Mike falling towards away. No. GGs are being called on the side of two heroes, one fountain. And with just white main up, it's going to be a pretty hard defense. And just for safety measures, Blaze is going to capture this middle Dragonite. Drop BBs, 1v5, I got this, let's go. Yeah, level 20s hit, and the game turned more in the advantage of, for a moment there, in the advantage of two heroes, one fountain.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing that I really was expecting a comeback. I think the challenge that they had was that even though they had those couple good fights, they couldn't really do anything with it because all their waves were pushed out. There was catapults on their core. There was always something that spread them out. So even if they got one kill, they always had to commit one person to clean up the map. I think if they held their own a little bit better in the early and mid game, they actually probably could have won this last game. But it was just that advantage that Smooth Brain Kamikaze had in the beginning that really changed the tide.
Looking at this match summary, doesn't say at all because level 20s hit and two heroes, one fountain looked like they were in the driver's seat for a little while there. Then that bottom fight occurred over, they engaged on the Anduin, but the blue team was able to snap back there and get 4 kills pretty quickly. Lee message the captain for the blue team. And obviously you're welcome to join me.
Oh yeah, I just ended up switching mics. I don't know what's happening with my old mic. I'm gonna have to buy a new one.
Do you have like a wireless mic?
It's not a wireless mic. It's just like 8 years old. I bought a mod mic when they first came out, and I think that was like 2013 or 2014. And so I think I've ran over the cable a few too many times with my chair, and it's finally giving out. Yeah, so
Well, I'm going to jump into lobby 3. Welcome to join me if you like. We'll meet
sure.
Lawlins there.
Yo.
Lawlins, congratulations tonight. You guys showed up and played a really good game.
Thank you, sir.
I don't have too many questions. We had Paradox join on the second match, watch your game, so you might get a free not a free. You got a free evaluation on game number 2 to fix any future games here. But really strong showing on Alterac. Is that a map you guys are pretty comfortable with playing?
Yeah, we definitely like the map.
Yeah.
Played it a few times, I believe, this season.
Yeah, you guys showed up there and definitely showed what you're doing there. But level 20s came online for D-Shire, and I thought that game was going to flip. What were comms like at level 20 when the Falling Sword upgrade came out for you guys?
You know, it got a little hectic there. I died to the Falling Sword. I got a little frustrated with that. It got me on the last bolt. But we were able to regroup. We didn't let one death go into more. We didn't let it waterfall down, so that was good. We at least regrouped afterwards.
Great job.
I don't know what my buddy Neon was doing up top with Ming. He's rolling around getting himself killed. That was interesting.
He was the Sylvanas, right? Right. What was Neon playing?
Neon was the Ming. He went behind the Dragonshire cap. I'm not quite sure how he.
I mean, there was one Li Ming adventure top lane where he got 5 kills with resets. Yeah.
He had a great game. It was just that one. Where are you going, buddy?
Hey, Paradox, you have any questions while we have you here?
Yeah, I only really had 2. Congratulations. I guess the first one was both games. You guys had a very, very dominant early game. I mean, what are some of the things that you guys do to kind of prep those early games the way that you do? What goes through your comms at the start of games where you seem to, your team always seems to kind of set yourself up for an advantage?
Yeah, we're focused really on soak. I mean, you get that early lead, you get an advantage, you can pick a fight. It sounds simple when you say it like that compared to execution, but I think just working on actually executing that is huge for us, because we actually started off the season really rough. We didn't execute that very well in our first couple of games, but since then we've been pretty good at getting that early lead and then executing on picking a fight when we can or getting a pick where we can.
Yeah, it definitely paid off. I mean, both games, it seemed like the opposing team was finally starting to see strengths at level 20, but they already had keeps down, so they always had to send people back and go deal with those extra minions, those extra waves, and so it really, really paid off. The second question I had, both your drafts seemed pretty solid for the games that you had. Was there anything else that you were looking for in those drafts that might have gotten banned or picked away from the opposing team, or did you get most of the things you're looking for?
The Junkrat, we actually looked at the Junkrat on first map, and they took it away from us first. But other than that, we have really deep hero pool, so we can counter.
Okay.
We can play a lot of different heroes. We pretty much kind of play what we'd like to.
I feel that. Yeah, that's it did seem like you guys were pretty solid on those. Game 3, it was a pretty standard, like 1-1-3-1. I even mentioned that we might see the mind control, and I was worried because I was like, oh, they do have cleanse, but I think you guys were able to kind of time out your utility really well. But yeah, overall, those were some really fun games to watch. Surprisingly close there at the end, so rather entertaining. Danny, any other questions, or do we want to go to shoutouts?
No, we're going into playoff season, Law. So you're probably going to end up in the third seed, maybe fourth seed into playoffs. Looks like under new management is 2-0'd every single team they've played. Are there any teams? What are you doing to prepare for that team? I guess my first question. They seem to be the powerhouse in this division.
Yeah, we made some moves early in the season. We played them very, very early, so we've made our moves. I think we're ready to face them.
Okay, awesome.
Obviously, they might not be our first match, so we'll take whoever we play.
Yeah,
first,
you'll be like a 6th seed or maybe a 7th seed.
Yeah.
But hey, congrats! Any shout outs you want to make to the people watching on Twitch?
Absolutely. Shout out to the team. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, Paradox, for casting us tonight. And shout out to Viper, who had a nice little 4-man light bomb. The team wipes is real nice. But thanks again, gentlemen, for casting today.
Hey, congratulations, and hope to see you guys soon in the playoffs.
All right. See you there. Take care.
Hey, Paradox, I appreciate you joining in Game 2. And as always,
Yeah, I apologize for the mic issues.
Where can the people find you besides your YouTube channel?
Yeah, that's mainly it. You can join my Discord, but honestly, I hang out. You'll find me.
Paradox is not secret or hidden away. So, well, hey, thanks again, and this is Danny. This is Paradox, and thanks for joining us tonight for NGS match. Good night.